What's going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today I've actually got a new setup for a new type of video that I wanted to do when it comes to comparing two of these guys. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at the sides here, one side has Gohan, one side has a Frieza team. Let's see the ups, the downs, and everything in between. This can be for if you have both of them and maybe you're trying to build a good team. This can be for if you don't have either of them or you only have one of them and you want to see who is better or what you can possibly do to make your team better. And this can also be for global to see which ones you potentially want to go for depending on what kind of cards you have right now, okay? Now, I would say two things right now. First, these are the best teams that I personally can make. By no means are they optimal or anything like that, okay? So this is based on my own personal experience and what I have seen via YouTube, via the Reddit, via everything, okay? About what kind of teams you can make for these guys, okay? Because they are the category leads. They are the two most current ones out behind or after Gogeta and Omega, okay? Second, these are all my personal opinions. You can easily disagree if you want to. You can agree on some of them. You can agree on all of them. It is up to you when it comes to that kind of stuff. But just know, I'm not trying to say that your way of doing it is bad or you have to listen to what I'm doing. Just, this is my own personal opinion when using the two teams themselves. And granted, I do want to come back to this in about a month or so after Frieza has left his honeymoon stage of being in the game, and we'll see where he is from there. But based on my own personal experiences as of right now, I want to go ahead and make this video. So, without further ado, let's get into, just comparing both Gohan's team and Frieza's team, okay? And in an extent, a hero's team versus a villain's lead and a different type of category and everything. So, first off, let's go ahead and take a look at Gohan. When Gohan came out, a lot of people liked him, including myself. I summoned for him. I was able to get one dupe, which is really nice. Finally got enough STR orbs and got him up to SA10 and everything, and it was really nice and everything. Now, Gohan's team, though, it can be, it's kind of got two sides to it. You got one side where if you have the LRs, it is a hybrid Saiyan category. If you have LR Trunks and LR Gohan, the team works beautifully, right? They both have Prepare for Battle and Shocking Speed. Gohan lacks the Prepare for Battle, and the other cards, most of the other hybrid Saiyans only have Prepare for Battle, aside from the new physical Super Saiyan 2 Gohan rebirth that we got a couple of days later. So that's kind of how the team works and everything. However, if you do not have the LRs, which I'm going to say around 90% of people do not have those LRs specifically for that team or any LRs in general, right at me, don't have LRs, I already admitted it. So the team, it works, but you can see where it starts to really have flaws in it, and you have to really have certain characters in order to make it work, okay? In fact, if you don't have LRs, two cards that you need, or very closely need, are going to be two support characters that you can only get from the World Tournament at this point. Yeah, that can definitely limit you if you, say, came into the game later or didn't have time to do that World Tournament, or you miss it just by that much because they will not increase the global rankings in terms of getting those prizes and everything. That is a topic for a whole different story and everything. But nonetheless, Gohan's team suffers from this, unfortunately, because he does not have Prepare for Battle. He doesn't really share any key links or anything. For some reason, they did not give him the ability, like his Int form, to where if maybe you either are self-sufficient, like his new agility, the new agility one, or with the Int one, where you get to a certain key spot and then you automatically gain the key, which means then you get your super up, basically. So that's kind of how Gohan's team work. And the way I personally have to run it, sometimes people like Super Saiyan Rage Trunks and Gotenks do not get their best supers off, or sometimes no supers off at all. Thankfully, Gotenks only requires 9 key. I'm talking about the Super Saiyan 3 physical Gotenks. But overall, it can definitely hurt your team sometimes. And when Gohan first came out, a lot of people actually didn't really go for him. I was actually kind of surprised. A lot of people didn't go for Gohan because maybe they were just underwhelmed compared to Gogeta and everything, or whatever the case may be. But during the time when he came out, his honeymoon stage, finding a Gohan friend was actually a bit of a challenge. And actually now that Frieza's out and then we're in his honeymoon stage, finding a Gohan friend, and this also does contribute a little bit, I know, to the lack of how the friend system works and how it majorly needs an overhaul and everything. Finding a Gohan friend, even in the guest part of the friend list, they're almost non-existent. I had to search for the current one you are seeing right now for over 20 minutes just to find him. Going into the boss rush mode, accepting a friend, backing out, doing the same thing over and over again until I finally found somebody. Because as you know, after you refresh about 3 or 4 times, you're not going to find anything. And it kind of sucks right there, okay? So again, by the way, I'm not saying that either of these teams are bad. They will defeat any event, no problem. If a 70% league can defeat any of these events, then a category of 130, 170, whatever it happens to be, can easily take these events down. No question about it. Moving on, okay? So anyway, so in terms of how Gohan works, again, I like his team, I really do, but I feel like it's missing something, right? And I feel like, unfortunately, that the LR shouldn't be that missing component because they're only on certain banners and it takes a crap ton of luck just to get those. Anyone remember Nano? He has them all now, but for the longest time, he wasn't able to get them. I still salute you, man, for your mono int banner and not being able to pull them. I'm truly sorry about that. I watched that stream at work over summer break, so I was shedding a tear, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, moving on though. And when you actually have what is considered the optimal team for these guys, Gohan actually goes off rotation. Yeah, just think about that for a second. The Gohan category itself is built solely for the LRs. That's essentially what it is. He is off rotation. That is right. You would want to be, kind of on a, almost perfect scenario. You'd have Ultimate you'd have Super Saiyan 2 Gohan with maybe like Rage Trunks because he provides those orbs and everything for him. And then the other run, you'd have physical Trunks, the LR Trunks, and then some kind of other units to go with him. And that's your main rotation right there. Yes, that is your main rotation. And then Strength Gohan, he's on the back burner. He's off rotation. He's in that third slot all the time, which is kind of sad, honestly. And I know, and I'm going to get into that point in Frieza's team as well if you do happen to run the LRs, because that's kind of the point with him too. But nonetheless, we'll get into that in just a second. So that's kind of where I see Gohan's team right now. It's kind of like you barely find any friends of him. He's a great team, but you need very specific cards. Even though the category itself is huge, you need very specific cards. And I know in the clip right now, you're going to be looking at this going, well, you're getting supers off most of the time. That is true, but it's because the orbs that happen to be working out for me in the long run, and two, I was able to get that Super Saiyan 2 physical Gohan, which is pretty nice. But at the same time, there are definitely turns I'm just like, oh man, I gotta sacrifice Trunks' orbs, I gotta do this, it can put a strain depending on, because a lot of it's based on luck and everything, okay? Now, let's move over to Frieza here. Frieza, when he originally was announced and everything, we looked at the category and we kind of said like, well, interesting category. None of them really share any key links. We're like, oh great, another Gohan mix up here and everything. Like, Frieza himself only has 2 key links. It is the Greatest Clan and then the Revival key link. So it was kind of weird where it's like, oh boy, man, this isn't going to work out. The more and more I play with Frieza's team, I actually am starting to like him better than Gohan. And I never thought I would say that. But this kind of goes to show that you really shouldn't overlook villain leads sometimes. Yes, Frieza's a villain lead, but he's for a certain category that also includes hero cards. And even though his passive minuses hero cards by 15%, that's pretty low actually, because Fierce Battle basically knocks that right out there. And depending on who you have as well, again, they can even buff it further and everything. 170% in the attack is a lot. That is a lot right there. But this team just, at least for me when I'm running it, and this is the non-LR version, the team flows just really well. You have Golden Frieza, whether it's the Int, the Agility, or the Tech one. I only have the Tech one, so he is the best for me personally. He is my Angel Golden Frieza is the best partner. They link up really well, activate all the attack links and everything. It is great. He hits her a lot of damage, and it is great to see that. Then my other rotation is Angel Golden Frieza, and then depending on who I'm fighting, it's either going to be Cell, my Strength Cell, or my Angel Goku, because my Angel Goku is rainbowed. He's 100%, and they actually share that Revival link. The only link that Goku is really missing out on is Super Saiyan in terms of attack, and he gains 20% for every rainbow orb you collect. The dude still hits like a truck like no tomorrow. It is ridiculous how strong he is on there. And then Cell has like Shocking Speed and Revival and all this stuff, and Cell supers at a 10 key, at the 10 key base spot basically, and it works out really well. And at first I was actually running Int Kid Buu, but my Int Kid Buu needs a lot more orbs to really be able to compete with some of my other guys. And he doesn't have any key links, so I actually took him out in this video that you're seeing. I put in Physical Bardock. Yeah, I put in Physical Bardock, who is good for 2 things. A, Sealing, and B, being a support. He has +2 key if your HP is 30% or above, and a 20% in the attack. Oh my gosh, he makes the team. the team is now complete. The non-LR team is absolutely complete right now, and I love using Frieza's team. And it was really funny, and I don't know why, but when Gohan was in his honeymoon stage and when Frieza's in his honeymoon stage, I am finding a lot more Frieza friends, both guests and friends, than Gohan friends. And I'm honestly shocked. I really am. Maybe people are starting to finally see that, hey, just because he's a bad guy and not a hero, his leader is actually pretty good, and the team can be actually pretty good depending on what you have. So, now, I do know on the LR front, he does start to obviously get pushed to the third slot because of Broly and Majin Vegeta. You know, you're going to have those two rotations. One rotation is going to be Broly in his legendary form, and then his Super Saiyan form, the TUR. And then I believe Majin Vegeta goes with either the Bardock or the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I'm not sure on that one because honestly I don't have them and I can't test them out. But that is what I have seen personally. And so it's kind of interesting to see, like, oh, wow, these guys, you know, again, Frieza getting pushed to the sidelines here to do this and everything. But I don't know what it is about Frieza's team. I really, really am enjoying it. Again, let me know down in the comments below, though, which team you kind of like to run and, you know, what you've tried out and what you prefer and everything. I always forget to ask that, but yeah, nonetheless. But again, I don't know what it is or why, but Frieza's team is so much fun to run. And then not to mention the Int Cooler is another great support character right there. And if it happens to be like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Angel Frieza, and then Metal Cooler, Frieza and Cooler, they link up and they have their shippers already, and then you can focus on giving the key to Goku, and you're good to go, basically. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I am absolutely repeating myself, but it is so much fun to run this team, and I'm just like, huh, another villain character that is really fun to lead. Huh, where have I seen this before? Huh, Physical Cooler, anybody? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Take that. So yeah, but anyway, I don't know what it is. I mean, in the end, these teams are both amazing to run. And again, I wanted to do a follow-up video to this after Frieza has left his honeymoon stage right now, you know, just being released and everything. But I don't know. In the end, I honestly think Frieza's team, it's not better per se, but it is way more fun, way easier to find friends, and it just works a lot better. It honestly does. And it's unfortunate, and I have a feeling that I would not really be saying that if Gohan had one link. That is right, one link is stopping me from saying this, or a passive ability, a change in his passive is doing it, and I never thought that would be the case, but it kind of is the more I look at it. And, you know, there are some other things, obviously, that work with it, but at the same time, it's just like, wow, it's one key, one link makes all the difference. Not having that prepare for battle truly makes a huge difference, at least in my opinion. You can totally disagree with me if you want to. Go ahead and leave your comments down below. I always like to see what those comments have to say. Let's keep it civilized though and everything, you know, and all that fun stuff. So yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave the video at that for right now. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch as always, too. And until next time, everyone, I will see you in the next one.